market sees when we have efforts like this is protectionism of the automotive manufacturers and controlling what goes on in there. So the question, other than just being a statement, would be, you know, how do we go through processes like this and not only in perception, but in reality, prevent monopolies for what consumers can put in their automobile. So prevent the monopoly of the automotive manufacturer controlling everything that's in the car. Because even simple things like the audio systems, you know, 10 years ago they started embedding heating and controlling controls within the entertainment system. That was just, you know, that's ludicrous, we would think, from the outside, but it prevented people from changing their radio or something, and now it's much more complicated than that. So how do we prevent monopolies and allow consumers the freedom to choose the devices that they want to bring into the car?
It's a great question, Bob. Thank you.
So I would characterize this as what happens when two worlds collide. And isn't the Consumer Electronics Show motto faster, smaller, cheaper? And that for automobiles is our cycle can be 5 to 10 years to develop a vehicle. And I have trouble getting access to the facilities for automakers because they're so competitive and it's so confidential, everything that they're working on. And so I think this is two worlds colliding, and that the automakers, though, are seeing that their customers want these technologies and they want them to be as functional as what they're using in their smartphone, and that there is going to be a way that they're going to be able to work together more closely with the electronic community. And I think it's already happening just by the attendance at the CES show each year.
So I think I think there's going to be some dichotomy here, right? So while they want to enable like the information access coming into their vehicle from a variety of sources and from a variety of players, so they're trying to build systems to do that. But yet, on the other hand, they're held accountable, right, both by society and by the government and by everybody else about the safety of that interface and what's happening with that consumer in the vehicle when accessing this information. So, so they've got a very difficult walk to walk. Right? They need to provide this safe interface, yet open it up to a wide variety of information. Because, you know, me as a consumer, I have certain affinities for certain sites. Pandora, you know, ESPN for my sports news, somebody else for weather news. You know, maybe it's the Weather Channel versus another one. So I want this choice in my vehicle, but yet it needs to be presented through some safe interface. Now you'll see people like Apple and Google trying to come up with their solutions for the vehicle and trying to get into this space. That presents a problem for the OEMs, I think, as well, right? So number one, they start losing control over what's happening there, which opens them up to some liability issues potentially. But then also, you know, they want to own this interface with their customer because there's a lot of stickiness through these applications, through these interfaces, right? So they want to maintain that relationship and don't necessarily want to open it up to the entire world to have access to that consumer again, right? They want to build some brand loyalty there.
So Kevin, let me ask you the question a different way. Earlier today on this panel, you indicated that safety is your mission. How about competition and innovation?
So competition is not per se our mission. Our mission is purely safety, and fuel economy is another mission of ours. But we very much see technology not as a problem, but as a solution. Gloria stole a lot of my points, and I'm glad she did because she made them well. The biggest problem behind the wheel is the person behind the wheel, and we recognize that. It's either yourself or the other guy behind the wheel. That's where most of the risk is out there. So technology holds much more, from NHTSA's standpoint, and we fundamentally believe this, technology holds much more of a promise of safety than a threat to safety. There can be technological threats to safety, and we try to address those when they arise, but we're generally bullish about this. We have programs to encourage technological innovation. So anything which is standing in the way of innovation, that would stand in the way of innovating the new breakthroughs that are going to allow us to reduce distraction, that are going to allow us to deal with people falling asleep behind the wheel. They're going to allow us to deal with people driving drunk. They're going to allow us to deal with the risk factors that humans engage with behind the wheel. We view as being a purely positive thing, and we very much want to encourage that innovation and not do anything to stand in the way of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. I just wanted to not miss the opportunity.
Could you introduce yourself?
Oh, sorry, Roger Lonto with Strategy Analytics.
We all knew that. Thank you, Roger.
I wanted to ask David Zuby, because IHS has a unique role in the industry, in the marketplace, and you have an equivalent, not completely identical organization in the UK called Thatcham, which does research on accidents and how vehicles are constructed and how to save lives. What about the idea of IHS taking an advocacy role in the market to promote technologies that have been proven to save lives, like automatic emergency braking? So Thatcham right now is advocating for a kind of $100 supplement from the government for anyone buying a car which is coming with automatic emergency braking. Is there any scenario where IIHS could play a role like that and take more of an advocacy position in the market?
So I guess we view our attempt at advocacy is basically through our consumer information programs. In September, we launched ratings of front crash prevention systems that include both forward collision warning and these automatic emergency braking systems, in an attempt to raise awareness among the consuming public that these systems are out there, and also help them make decisions about which systems are going to provide them the most benefit. Technically, IHS is not a registered lobbying organization, so we don't have the direct ability to lobby government for legislation that would result in mandated discounts for this kind of stuff. But we are trying to do as much as we can to get the word out that some things work and work very well, and we think that they're worth consumers extra expense.
If I can add, Gary, NHTSA actually has a program which doesn't directly benefit to consumers, but certainly is something that we use to encourage auto manufacturers to roll out the new technological innovations. It's our new car assessment program, where you get, in addition to your star rating, your 5-star rating, you get an additional, on the label, you get an additional call out if you have certain safety features. And right now, all 3 of the ones that get the new cars, the NCAP bonus, and it's not points, but it's just an additional rating feature, are all technological things: forward collision avoidance warning, the lane departure warning, and the rear view cameras, which are all new electronics coming in the cars, are what we encourage. And when those cars have those safety features on the label, we call it out and encourage it. And we actually have a big program to encourage public to adopt the NCAP features.
Okay, we have 1 minute and 23 seconds left. Each of you complete this sentence. 5 years from now, this successor panel will be discussing how the connected car has made our lives better by...
Simplification. Simplifying things.
Gloria?
It's made our lives better by making your time in the vehicle more productive and safer.
Brian?
So that's exactly what I was going to say, Gloria. I think it's all about productivity going forward and safety. So the connected car is going to bring, a safer experience while allowing me to accomplish more.
David?
Yeah, the greater availability of and affordability of crash avoidance and driver assistance systems.
Kevin, final word.
I agree with everybody else in the panel.
Thank the panel, ladies and gentlemen.